in America and everything, but because of the way we're acting as a result of these videos or what have you, and just other behavior too, not just videos and that stuff like that, but the way we're acting, even myself, I'm a black man. It's clear that I'm a black man. But sometimes, I can see some black men, with their pants down or with that certain look, certain profile, then I'm kind of standoffish. I back off.
That makes you fearful as well.
Well, it makes me more so less apt to approach them as I would. I'm always open-minded, but I'm less apt to approach them as I would if they wasn't looking like that. In other words, Dr. Haney, a profile has been created for them, and what we're doing, and we're doing it to our young boys, we're dressing them into that profile. I told a young man he had a marijuana hat with marijuana leaves all on. I said, now you'll go out here, put that hat on, the police will pull you over and stop you. And the first thing you'll cry out, you've been racially profiled, when what you did, you deliberately dressed, you got tattoos all around your neck, all on your face, you got a hat with marijuana on, you got your pants hanging down, your big old shirt on. You just profiled yourself, and then you're gonna blame the police for profiling. You fit the image that they created, that the system created for you. So when you step out into the system with that image, the system snatches you up, because you're more likely to be the one that'll do this crime than somebody like me walking down the street with a suit on.
We've got about 3 minutes. One of the things I'd like for you to touch upon is political participation. I mean, all of these things are well and good, but what can we do in reference to that? I think that politics plays an important part. For the next 3 minutes, let's talk about African-American political participation.
Politics plays a definitely important part. You think about Ferguson, Missouri, for example, 75% of the population up there are African-American, but yet they don't control nothing, they don't run nothing, because they don't get out and vote for nothing. They're not running for the offices that are available. You can't tell me that there are no qualified black people up there to run for these offices and can get elected. But the people, if we don't vote, we sit up and talk about, Dr. Haney, well, my vote don't count. Of course your vote don't count if you don't go cast the ballot, but your vote does count. We're passed over economically, socially, because of the fact that we don't vote. Man, these people are looking at the number of voters in the zip codes. You take a 37208 zip code here in Nashville, Tennessee, if the voting percentage is down, which is predominantly African-American, then they're not really campaigning in your community. They're not really caring what happens, because you're not caring enough for yourself to go out and try to vote the best possible candidate into office. So now we don't get the services that we need in our area. And the reason why we're not getting the services that we need in our area is because we're not attracting the attention of the politician to our area through our active participation in the voting process. And until we get it in our mind that we got to get out here and get actively involved in politics, and not just wait till some black guy run for president to get interested in politics, or some friend of your family that that your mother knows somebody going to run for office, now all of a sudden you turn an eye to politics. No, you need to learn this stuff, and you need to get involved in this stuff, find out what's going on and how you can participate in the process. If you're not registered to vote, I encourage people every Sunday in my church, go out, get registered to vote. If you're an ex-offender, you've had your voting rights taken away from you, go find 7 people, get them registered to vote, and let's show the system. And I would say this to ex-offenders, ex-offenders, if all the ex-offenders will come together and create a block, we could get some attention. We can make the system look at us. I say us because I'm an ex-offender. We can make the system look at us, because does the system know that you got 10 ex-offenders or 20 ex-offenders, 1,000 ex-offenders that have the potential to go out and get 7 people registered to vote that vote their interests? That's a scary thing for any politician, and they're going to take notice of you.
So in a real sense, the empowerment of African Americans has to do with social empowerment, economic empowerment, and political empowerment. And one of the most obvious and most immediate things is political empowerment.
Absolutely.
I think that if you talk about political empowerment, you can bring all of those other things together.
You absolutely can.
The most important thing is registering and voting.
Absolutely.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely. If we empower ourselves politically, we can affect ourselves economically, because at the same time, the people know that you're going to have to do something in terms of opening up some kind of job arenas for us. Get rid of these food deserts. You build this great thing down here, you go down and tear out Preston Taylor Project. It's a big grocery store down there, but you don't put a grocery store down there. Nobody puts a store.
Okay, and of course, Pastor, let me end this show for today. And thank you for the information, excellent information that you've given us. And let me encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you and good morning.